In the tranquil village of Songsan on the Jeju island, old traditions danced harmoniously with the gentle waves of the sea. Here lived Hanil, a young man whose heart was as vast as the ocean. Hanil's days were filled with the simple pleasures of fishing and taking care of his grandmother, the wise and witty Sunja. Sunja had a gift passed down through generations, the ability to interpret dreams. The villagers often sought her wisdom, hoping to understand the cryptic messages of their slumbers. Hanul, fascinated by his grandmother's stories, listened eagerly as she unraveled the tangled threads of dreams with the finesse of a seamstress. One misty morning, as Hanul navigated his small boat through the silvery waters, he discovered a peculiar oyster nestled in his net. Unlike any he had seen before, it had an iridescent shell that shimmered with an ethereal glow. Remembering the lore of a mystical oyster that granted wisdom as told by his grandmother, Hanul tucked the treasure into his satchel. That night, he dreamt of a magnificent dragon soaring across the crescent moon, its scales glittering like stars. Eager for interpretation, Hanul recounted his dream to Sunja. With a twinkle in her eye, she explained that the dragon symbolized great change, and the stars foretold of guidance from the ancient spirits of Jeju. Intrigued and slightly bemused, Hanil wondered aloud if the strange oyster had anything to do with his vivid dream. As days turned into weeks, the village buzzed with excitement about a festival that celebrated Jeju's heritage. Hanil, inspired by his dream, decided to contribute by incorporating the island's myths into a play. With the help of Jia, a lively and imaginative childhood friend, they crafted a story involving dragons, mystical seas, and heroic villagers. During the festival, under a canopy of lanterns casting a warm glow, Hanul's play unfolded. Jia, dressed as the dragon, captivated the audience with her graceful movements, while Hanul narrated, his voice carrying the weight and wisdom of his grandmother's tales. The villagers watched, completely enthralled, a sense of pride swelling in their hearts for their rich culture and the celestial beauty of their island. The festival ended with a standing ovation. Villagers young and old congratulated Hanul and Jia for their stirring performance, and Sunja, her eyes shimmering with tears of joy, hugged Hanul tightly. She whispered into his ear that the true treasure of the mystical oyster was not just the wisdom it imparted, but the journey it inspired. As the lantern lights flickered and the night crept in, Hanul stood by the ocean, the waves whispering secrets in the cool air. He tucked the oyster back into the sea, a grateful nod to the mystical forces of Jeju that had steered him through this unforgettable experience. In the starlit reflection of the water, he saw not just the moon and stars, but glimpses of dragons, hinting that the tales of old were very much alive, whispering into the winds, ready to inspire the next dreamer.